At some point in our lives, we all feel stuck in our spiritual journey. We think we need one big moment, one breakthrough, or one path to become spiritually stronger. But almost nobody knows the answer comes down to what's called a sacred cycle. A sacred cycle that every human moves through over and over again. It is the same cycle every ancient culture talked about. The cycle that changes winter into spring, turns the day into night, and pulls the ocean in and out. Every spiritual rebirth happens through this cycle. But right now, you're in the middle of this cycle. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to move through this so you can get close to your next spiritual rebirth. You see, modern life has created an imbalance inside every single one of us. It has pushed us to think fast, react more, and stay busy. Our days are filled with deadlines, noise, and constant stimulation. Over time, we have stopped paying attention to what our body feels, stopped listening to our emotions, and are just living on the surface of our lives. This is one of the reasons you feel empty, even if you have everything. But there is also a second reason behind this disconnection and loneliness. It's so powerful that we need to go back to thousands of years to actually understand it, because there is something interesting in human history and how human beings work. For decades, humans lived on two core energies, and these two energies are completely different from each other. The first energy is the masculine energy. This is the active, force-driven side of you. It's the part that pushes forward, that makes goals happen, that builds things and conquers challenges. It's linear and direct. It knows what to do, when to do, and how to do it. Then there is a second energy. We call it the feminine energy. This is the intuitive, receptive side of you, the part that feels, creates, listens, and knows without needing to think about it. You can call it the softer intelligence that shows up as compassion, creativity, and self-awareness. It speaks through your gut feelings, and those moments when you just know something is true without being able to explain why. Both of these energies still live inside every person, regardless of gender, age, and religion. But modern life has systematically pushed one side to the extreme and buried the other. Over the last century, we have become obsessed with doing more of everything. We reward speed, efficiency, logic, and action. All of this has massively amplified the masculine energy in our culture, while the feminine energy has been completely shut down. This wasn't a conscious choice. It just happened slowly until we woke up in a culture that runs almost entirely on masculine energy. This is why you ignore the subtle voices of your intuition. This is why you push through your emotions instead of feeling them. This is why half of your internal system has gone offline, and now you feel lost. Now, you know the problem, but you can't think your way out of this way because your thinking mind is actually part of the system that created this imbalance in energies. But why should you even break this imbalance? Why can't you just keep living in a masculine dominant world and skip the feminine side altogether? To answer this question, you need to know why feminine energy matters to you. It's not just a missing piece of the puzzle that you should fit in. It's a whole new universe that demands a completely different level of awareness. You see, masculine energy is associated with logic and analytical thinking, but you can't access your deeper self based on logic. You need emotions, compassion, and something more gentle to feel your inner self. This is why so many people say their best ideas come in the shower, on a walk, or in moments of stillness. That's what feminine energy gives you. It gives you a feeling of calmness and clarity, so your mind can finally relax and has space to speak. Without it, life becomes flat, rushed, and confusing. When you reconnect with your feminine energy, something fundamental shifts. It's not that you suddenly become a different person. The frantic speed of modern life doesn't change, but your relationship to it changes. You develop a counterbalance. You have access to the part of you that can pause, feel, and listen. You have access to the intuitive signals that tell you when something is off, even when your logic says it's fine. Most importantly, you have access to the deep inner knowing that has always been inside you, but got buried under years of noise. The feminine energy is what allows you to feel like yourself again. It's what restores the sense of wholeness that so many people are searching for without even knowing what they're searching for. Now, you understand the problem. You understand that you've been disconnected from your feminine energy for years, maybe for decades, and you want to reconnect. But if you've spent years avoiding your emotions, your brain has learned to treat that avoidance as normal, and you can't access them through willpower alone. You need something that interrupts the old pattern. You need something that opens a door your mind cannot open by itself. This is why so many people go to therapy, do meditation practice, or try self-help help for years. The tools are good, they're valuable, but they're still working within the framework of the thinking mind. What you need is something that works on a different level, something that bypasses the thinking mind entirely and speaks directly to the deeper self, something that takes you to a cycle of death, rebirth, and renewal. But how do you access it all? Is there a magic therapy or a supplement or something else that you need to know? Well, it does not require any expensive therapy sessions or supplements. For this, you need an external healing that works on the level of this imbalance, a healing that operates beneath the thought of your deeper self. That's exactly what ayahuasca does. It works by quieting the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for thinking and planning. These are the exact regions tied to identity, to meaning, and to emotional truth. In other words, it turns down the noise of your thinking mind and turns up the volume on the parts of your brain that actually know who you are. It creates the conditions where you can finally feel what you could never think your way into. It's a traditional plant medicine from the Amazon, made by boiling two ancient plants. For thousands of years, indigenous communities have used it to heal the mind and guide people back to their deeper self. People who take ayahuasca often describe experiencing their own death. Their old weak version dies and gives birth to a new strong version. This is how they go through a cycle of death, rebirth, and renewal. The medicine creates a pathway to the feminine energy that was blocked before. During the ceremony, people encounter a presence. They experience it as a feminine energy. Many people call her Mother Aya, or simply Mother. This presence is described as deeply loving, warm, and compassionate. It's the embodiment of the feminine energy that has been missing. She holds you as you face old emotions and helps you release what you've been carrying for years. She brings your intuition back online and reconnects your heart with your body. Lastly, she guides you through the ancient cycle of death, rebirth, and renewal in a way the logical mind could never do on its own. This is why the ceremony is so powerful. The part of them that has been disconnected from the feminine finally feels safe enough to soften. This is the intelligence of the medicine. It doesn't tell you what you need. It creates the conditions where you can feel and access the healing that was always available inside you. But you can get this feminine energy by drinking the cup of ayahuasca sitting in your room. You can't do it alone. You need a safe space that's designed specifically to hold this kind of deep healing. This is where Rhythmia comes in. Rhythmia is a healing center in Costa Rica that specializes in ayahuasca ceremonies and guided healing experiences. But what makes it different from other places is the intentionality of the container it creates. Rhythmia understands that the medicine is powerful, but the medicine alone isn't enough. You need experienced facilitators who understand the territory of the deeper self. You need a safe space where you can allow yourself to feel without judgment or interruption. Rhythmia provides all of this. The ceremonies are led by experienced guides who have trained for years to hold space for this work. The physical environment is designed to be supportive and nurturing. The meals, the schedule, the community, everything is designed to support your nervous system in relaxing enough to access the deeper layers. Most importantly, Rhythmia recognizes that ayahuasca isn't a quick fix. It's the beginning of reconnecting with the feminine energy that modern life has buried inside you. And having the right container, the right support, the right guidance makes all the difference between a powerful experience and a transformative one. Everything we've talked about points to one simple truth. You're not broken, you're disconnected. That emptiness you feel is an invitation calling you home to yourself. The feminine energy that's been buried inside you is still there, waiting to be remembered. And it can happen in Costa Rica at Rhythmia, in a sacred container designed specifically for this healing work. If something inside you is saying yes to reconnection, if you're ready to meet Mother Aya and feel what wholeness actually feels like, then visit Rhythmia today and take that one courageous step toward coming home to yourself.